What's up, everybody? What's up, Red? Even though you're not in here, said to watch later down there in Australia. What's up, Nate the Great? Yeah, Edmund's lurking around somewhere. He has been sleeping for a long time, so I bet he's trying to play with something. He probably won't be chilling on our laps tonight. Dimitri, keep that snow to yourself. You guys still aren't getting much in Toronto? Dirty Rat Bastard, what's up? Nate the Great had 5 inches of snow, but you get it 1 inch at doses. That's kind of how it's been here. It's like, I feel like every time it snows, like today they're out plowing the roads, but like I said in the, I don't know, maybe the last video, it doesn't seem to like pile up. It's it's so weird to me. But yeah, today like looked outside the state road, totally covered in snow, and then I rode down to the post office. All the roads were being plowed and covered in snow, and then we still, it seems like we have the same 1.5 to 2 inches no matter what. But what's up, Hog Dog? Chuckles, 63 degrees in Phoenix. That sounds awesome. Yeah, today was cold. I went out for my ride, like I said, just running errands, getting cat food, and going to the post office. And I think it was in the teens. I know they said the high was 20 today, but with the wind, man, there's no way it ever felt like that. But I don't even think it hit that, though. -4 there overnight. We haven't had that kind of cold yet. I don't think we haven't had any single digits. But, last night. But that was late night, was in the single digits. But during the day, we haven't had any single digits. So. What's up, Large and Pudgy and Stream Elements? Cycling Brian. 3 degrees in Wisconsin. Yeah. That's getting below what I'm willing to ride at. If that's 3 degrees during the day, you know. Do I ever get the urge to kick a trash can over? I don't know. I kick over valets when they put their stuff in the bike lane. I've definitely kicked over some of their signs. I'm not sure I've ever tried to kick over a trash can. I guess at this age, I feel like then there's some poor guy who's got to clean up a bunch of trash, like Dave at the Metro Park. Well, you don't have to do that anymore, right?
Not really, no.
Yeah. The one day we were riding, and me and Aaron came up to Dave, and he's got gloves on. What did you say? Oh, just cleaning shit out of the trash can or something like that.
Oh, that was on your, the metric ride, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Akron Coffee Roasters Metric Century. That was a hot day. That was I could just picture we were all wearing, barely anything. 26 degrees in Maine. That's a heat wave. Yeah, that's saying that. It felt like that when we took off on Sunday. It was 26 in the morning.
Rudy's Adventures super chatted $1.99.
Hey, thanks, Rudy's Adventures. Appreciate that. I feel like that's a message retracted. Super chatted, then I didn't even get to see the message because I wasn't scrolled down. I didn't know you could retract a super chat. Guess you could. Up to you. Does that take away the money too? Outpost, cycle, and gear. Costa Rica. Nice. That'd be amazing. Me and Aaron were talking about getting away in the beginning of February. That ship's kind of sailed because it's already the second week in January. But the place we were I talked about in the stream was going to LA. That's obviously out the window now. But there's a gravel race and there's a non-race part of it too that I saw in Puerto Rico from Ponce. Or is it Ponce in Puerto Rico? I can't remember if there's an accent over it. Drove through there one time the one time I was in Puerto Rico. But I was like, that would be really nice. Let's go somewhere tropical. We could ride bikes and go to the beach. So, there's Edmund. Chile, Colorado. Yeah. Pudgy said Costa Rica sounds way nicer than Ohio right now. Yeah. It's like, one thing I do like about Puerto Rico is, you can tropical, but it's still U.S. currency, no passport, all that kind of stuff. A lot of English speaking. I can get by with a little Spanish, but, Richard Gitt said, how do you find the cart on the swag page? And you're in Vegas. It's probably a lot nicer out there, too. I don't know.
Have to add something to your cart, and then it pops up in the bottom right.
Okay. Yeah, so once you add it, then you're good to go. Bottom right. Yeah. Let's see. I could show it, too. Hey, what's up, Robert Graves? William LeBron. What's up, Rock E? How's it going?
Rudy's Adventures super chatted $1.99. No, I still got charged. I loved the content.
Well, thanks for the $3.98 total then. I appreciate it. Hey, good evening, Raymond. Rudy, I did put a couple topics on there. Obviously, this time of year around where I am, winter, and the majority of the audience it's obviously winter riding is all we can seem to talk about because it's hard not to because we've had snow on the ground for 2 weeks straight, which now feels like it's been months. But I also did have, I was going to bring up, I put in the description a couple of the events that are coming up, so I'll talk about that in a little bit if I get to it. What's up, Mark Day? What's up, message retracted, Don Parsons? Yeah, we could actually, it's been snowing all day, but Robert, I looked out the window before the stream and I could actually see the full moon, so the clouds must have been breaking a little bit. Last night there was the moon was amazing on the horizon and then really bright up in the sky later. Yeah. What's up, David Geller? Super cold in Indy, riding indoors at the moment, Nathan. Yeah, I could imagine whatever Indy gets is pretty close to what we get over here. You're a little farther south, but not much. -3 now in New Britain, Connecticut. Dang. Yeah. Mid 60s in San Francisco. That's nice because it could be cold in San Francisco, right? In the winter. I mean, not cold like it is here, but isn't San Francisco sometimes pretty chilly? Because I think we were talking about that when I was saying I wanted to go to LA, and someone brought up San Francisco, and I was like, I want to go somewhere where it's guaranteed to be pretty warm. But I didn't want that guarantee to be warm because it was on complete fire. So, Tyler Durden, greetings from SoCal. I hope you're all right down there. Don said, Alberta Don, 400-ish miles of mild winter riding in the north, studded fat tires all the way. Nice. There's a lot of LAs that did not burn up yet. Yeah, I don't feel like trying to catch a flight out there, though, is a thing to do at this time, right? To have fun when that's going on. 58 degrees and you can't get motivated to go out in the cold for a ride. Yeah, 58 degrees would be shorts weather here right now. I was when I rode that one day in the Festive 500. It hit 60 and I was wearing shorts. Hey, what's up, Patty? Thanks again for the super chat, Rudy. Volume's a bit low. It's peaking. Yeah.
Chuck Rogers super chatted $4.99.
Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I did something about the streams. I've never figured it out.
Pudgy Pedal Pusher became a member. Pudgy Pedal Pusher celebrates 46 months of membership. Edmund : Edmund : Edmund : Pinecone : tuna boat.
Why didn't it show us the graphic? Well, it read it at least, but I didn't get the graphic when you did the members chat. Or maybe it doesn't work for the members chat, but either way, I appreciate it. The membership, 46 months. Yeah. Yep, I've never figured out the volume. It's showing it peaking. I have it like as high as it can go on my audio interface. On OBS, it's showing it into the yellow, and when I talk a little louder, bouncing into the red. It's just been a constant thing that, unfortunately, you guys have to turn up your volumes because I don't have any other way to control it. Makes no sense, and it's annoying. Pat, you're on the Peloton, yeah. Like I said, this room down here was a room for, like, when I built it for streaming and riding the trainer. The last 2 years, I just haven't done it. Last year, because it was so nice, I didn't need to ride the trainer. And this year so far, the cold and the really cold only hit in January, so I'm still enjoying the snow stuff. We'll see how it goes as the season goes on, though.
Paddy Redbeard became a member. Paddy Redbeard celebrates 47 months of membership. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. Dylan Casson became a member. Dylan Casson celebrates 47 months of membership. Watch out for _Pinecone under the snow. What's up, everyone?
What's up, Dylan?
All the OGs trying to one-up each other.
Yeah. I know. Oh, yeah, Hedgerow. Finger Lakes, very, very hilly. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Chris FYB? Oh, Will, you lived in Puerto Rico for 4 years? Nice. Had no idea. Thanks again, Chuck. What's up, Blaine? Pudgy? The coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. Mark Twain. I would need more context to get that joke. I've never been to San Francisco. LA is okay now? Fires are mostly under control. Huh. I guess I only looked at the New York Times this morning, and I thought it was still kind of a mess. But, yeah. YouTube tries to keep feeding me news, and I like the videos, and I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch the devastation right now. I mean, I know it exists. I've seen the articles, see all the GoFundMe's, but oh, name the emoji something evil. Yeah, that's funny because were you able? Did it used to read? Yeah, I guess it did read the emojis that we made ourselves. So, Robert, you're in Detroit too. 15 degrees and windy, so you're on the trainer. Yeah. Summer is the coldest time in coastal San Francisco, in coastal California, including San Francisco. That can't be true. No. California's in the northern hemisphere. You have the same seasons as us. That can't be true. I mean, I could be wrong for some reason. I mean, I know how the Pacific Ocean is cold and it cools stuff down, and maybe there's something with the pattern, but no. I know LA's hot in the summer and it's cooler in the winter. I mean, it's not cold, but that can't. Yeah.
I thought San Francisco overall was pretty temperate. Like it kind of level across the year.
I thought they'd get 30s and 40s in the winter. Maybe I'm wrong.
Like right now, the lows are 40s at night, 50s
40s
in the day.
at night. Yeah. Yeah, but in the summer it's warm.
I can give you averages.
Yeah, what's the average summer day? Like, what's a July day?
July 67, 55. August 69, 56.
Nice. Yeah, so it's not hot, but it's warmer in the summer. Going to pull the ice fishing stuff out in the lake on Sunday with the fat bike? Nice. Patty and Dylan, thanks for the both 47 months of membership. Yeah, definitely OGs. Sounds good on your iPhone and TV. Oh, good. Yeah. This computer's a piece of junk too, so I thought I should check. No, I mean, people have said it's quiet before. I think people definitely turned it up a couple notches over maybe what normal YouTube stuff would be. But what's up, Scott? You're out in Michigan. What resources do you use to plan routes in the Midwest? We use, my buddy Ben, who plans a lot of our stuff, is a big fan of Ride with GPS. But, we look at Strava heat maps, Google Maps, Google Street View, just all the regular stuff, come up with an idea for a route. Like someone mentioned the Finger Lake trips. Like I drew a general line around the lakes where I kind of wanted to go, having been there before. And then Ben and Aaron with Ride with GPS and, like I said, Google Street View to look at what the streets look like, kind of refined it. That's kind of how we've always done it. Strava heat maps, I think, are pretty good. I think they skew. What? Edmund's over there meowing at us. That they could, if you have like groups of like roadies that ride the same thing all the time, they could skew it sometimes a little bit, but still a good starting point. Yeah. What's up, Michael? Chris, you said you haven't left the house in a month, struggling with winter. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Tyler, you like the Marin? Thanks. That is actually sitting upstairs in the studio with stuff in it that I want to get back to a place, products that I photographed. Then all the weather hit, and so I haven't done it yet because that has the big basket and everything fits in there perfect. And I was like, one day I'll ride it over to that thing, and then ride it over to that store, and then it just keeps snowing. So, hey, what's up, Bike Breath? Samuel Clemens was from the deep south. Weather in San Francisco would feel polar. Oh, is that what the joke means? I get it. What's up, Madison? Wow, Monkey? Tokyo. Tokyo gets cold too, right?
Chuck Rogers became a member.
Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate it. Yeah, Tokyo, it snows in Tokyo, doesn't it? I think it does, yeah. Yeah, I know the mountains in Japan. I've seen snowy photos, but I think the city gets cold too. Yeah, man, not many people ride old school drum rollers anymore, do they? With how good trainers are. But. What's up, Matt? on your bike now? On your trainer bike? Or are you like cruising around outside somehow, like watching us, holding up your phone, watching the stream? 27. Oh, so it was down to 27 overnight out there, Patty, but 60 this afternoon. Nice. Astro Pup said, in Ann Arbor, first year with a fat bike and loving it, along with pogies, heated socks, and merino wool. A couple people just, no, someone from Toledo just emailed me about loving the electric socks, heated socks. Otis, who was on the last live stream, was kind of anti anything electric or, you know, the hand warmer type thing, saying that you should just get it right. But I have not tried the heated socks, but I would be willing to because, like I said, my feet are always my biggest problem. Dylan asked if the DTE is groomed. Do they do that? Do they groom the DTE? That would be fun. That is something I do plan to go back to the Ann Arbor Handmade Bike Show, and I was thinking I would like to ride those trails again, the DTE trails, but that'll be much warmer weather. What's up, Metroid? Pudgy said Mountain Jest, but you don't think Tokyo gets snow often. Yeah. Local 8, doing the A2 local loop and Mayberry. Gotcha. Matt Rhodes, quad lock. I already forgot what you were. Oh, you have us on the quad lock. Gotcha. Nice. The app I use to explore the streets I haven't ridden before. Do you have any end of 2024 stats from that I'm proud of? You know, I actually haven't. I was gonna divin. What is it?
Divin?
Divin. I haven't divin into those yet. I don't know why my mind went blank on that. I'm drinking non-alcoholic today, so it's not that. But I need to look that up. Yeah, I kind of had planned to do that with some of the end of the year videos, and I just didn't. But I do think it. I think it's got to be my highest like year ever on unridden miles, because the Finger Lakes trip was almost all new miles. Me and Dylan riding Long Island and all that stuff. So I think I got a ton of new miles. Locally, not as many, but there's still some in there. Like Large Marge has done a good job of, even if we're heading out to a place that we've ridden a lot of times before, kind of routing it onto some of the neighboring streets we haven't done. So yeah, I would need to look at that. I don't think I'm going to pull it up on stream right now because I'll get so lost in that I will just kind of miss the chat. But maybe I'll prepare that for next week. Also, I've brought this up a number of times. I finally, for the channel members, finally recorded the video. I show all the year-end behind the scenes of YouTube stats and swag stats, but I also did show a little bit of like just my personal numbers on riding in there too. So yes, they groomed DTE. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I knew there were groomed fat bike trails around there, but I didn't know. When they groom DTE, do you have to ride a fat bike, or are you able to ride mountain bikes? If anyone knows that, that'd be cool. Delved. Oh yeah, delved is a word. Yeah, delved into it. But that you wouldn't use it in that way.
I don't think.
That's more like he delved into it, right?
Oh no, that's too much thinking. Dove, I think, is correct. Delved is a word.
Yeah. Now, I know delve's the word, but I just feel like even if it would be correct there, it's like you kind of use it in a third person? Second person? I can't remember what all that stuff means. Yeah, Sim, a couple people have recommended those, so. Cassidy, what's up? Oh, Dylan asked the same question I did. Is there a tire width minimum size at DTE? Because I know a lot of the like groomed fat bike trails that we saw, like what is that, Big M in Michigan and stuff like that, when we rode way past Ann Arbor, on like over on the Lake Michigan side, had minimum tire requirements. Same with Punderson, the trails they groom not too far from here. I think they have, what are they usually, 3-inch? I can't remember. I don't have a fat bike, but there is going to be a fat bike ride at Dirty River on Sunday too, so look that up. I don't know, it's on the social media stuff. Might get up to 40 in Milwaukee. We had I haven't checked the updated, but Friday and Saturday we're showing 35. I hope it doesn't happen because it's going to drop back down, and all that's going to do is slightly melt the trails, and then they're going to just turn to ice with footprints and all that. So with the 35, I would rather it not happen. I would rather it just stay below freezing. But hey, what's up, Clunkey? Just wrote you an email before I was streaming. I actually came down here late because I was like typing away. Then I'm like, oh, I got to stop doing this and head downstairs. So, huh? So they're running out of this. Deep dived used bikes, dunked into that.
DTE is only open for fat bikes when it's groomed.
Wait, that sentence doesn't make sense.
DTE when
once they groom it, it's only open for fat bikes.
Correct.
Yeah. How does it show the inches?
Over 3.8.
Ah, so 3.8 is the fat bike requirement. Huh. Dunked, I can get behind before doved. How about divin? Anyone look that up yet? Oh yeah, wanderer. But it's not there's not that second E there. It's like wanderer. Yeah, thanks for putting that in there. I should have said that out loud. But instead of just keep saying that app. I can try and look at it. We are not like Otis is going out of town this week, and he said I could borrow his fat bike. So if it does stay cold, I might try it out. So I wonder if the chat is running slow. It's not like them to be behind us. Or the stream, something's going on with how the stream's going out. It helps. Usually I'm like, because Mars has the information here too. 3.8 in width and run under 10 psi in each tire. Around 5 psi is typical. Yeah, same, Dylan. Take a fat bike trip and rent or borrow one, because, yeah, you know, I ride the snow on 2.1s. Like I showed on those last couple Yeti rides, they were a bit narrow for what we were doing, but the pace on those was slow enough that it didn't really matter. But again, this winter is kind of a fluke. We just don't get snow like this anymore. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't want to buy one. Plus, I don't know. There are some affordable ones, but it just doesn't seem like cheap fat bikes are that much fun. Like, just from a couple friends, like Large, who have ridden, like, kind of more dated or heavy ones. The one thing Otis, I think, was Otis saying this last week? I can't remember if he was saying this. No, this was actually when we were hanging out on Sunday and riding. He was saying the thing, you know, he has a nicer fat bike, so he doesn't mind riding it as a mountain bike year-round for a lot of different mountain bike trails. But again, to make that work, I think it needs to be a much nicer one, because in the summer you're not going to grab the fat bike if it's heavy and feels slow and all that kind of stuff, and the components aren't great. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys, any of you guys who have fat bikes, if you feel like I'm right on that or his opinion on that is right. But hey, what's up, John? I wonder how hard it is to rent fat bikes. Like, if places that do regularly have trails, the shops around there have rental fleets. Build up a Tomac for a TI drop bar fat bike. What is Tomac? Go here. Still have Wanderer open that I have not. Yeah, because there's a lot of non-bicycle Tomacs. Oh, a bear cloth. That's what their fat bike's called. Gotcha. I'm sure you guys have already said this, but yep. Yeah, that's a bike you probably end up riding for off-road stuff too, year-round. Well, if you bought yourself a titanium fat bike, you better. What does this cost? Is this if you have to ask, you can't afford it? Yeah, probably. Hey, Matt, thanks. Yeah, you know what's funny? Filming the Festive 500 stuff wasn't really a big deal. It's editing that much stuff that took forever. That's why it came out when it did. But yeah, shot so much footage and then had so much to go through. And I did this thing where I kind of planned to take notes after each ride for stuff that I wanted to remember to put in there, and I didn't do it. And I went back when I made the video and looked at my Strava, and I looked at the weather and all that stuff to kind of try and make the video, make sense and have a coherent story. But I was kind of bummed because there was a number of people we ran into on the trail each day, and I know I got a few of them in there, like Jay Dandy and stuff. But there were some other people that I was like, if I would have got home and wrote that down right away, I would have been able to throw in there and talk about too. But riding a fat bike is like riding a marshmallow. Yeah. Like I said too, like different kinds of snow matter, because anytime I make a snow video, there's always a number of people who are like, I rode a 10-speed in 1975 down the streets of Montreal on 28-inch wheels and 28mm tires, and I was fine. I'm like, I get that. I get there's times. Today was a day where I was out riding in the snow where you probably would have been fine on whatever. Like, I get a lot from the New York people. I just think, one, road maintenance is different in different places, and as I'm talking about this year, it's been so cold that the snow has been different and harder to get grip on. But there are like the last two Yeti rides, fat bikes were the best tool for the job by far. Like, there's no questioning that. They were the best tool for the job. Studded tire fat bikes, too, in the neighborhoods lately have been something that would be like the perfect tool for the job. So, and I'm not even someone who owns one, but I know when they make sense, So, like, there was a lot of, if you saw the videos, a lot of us were underbiked and slipping around, and we still had a great time, but the fat bikes were able to ride wherever they wanted, so. Fittingly, Bear Claw is made in Michigan, yeah. Huh. Yeah, William, you said you use your fat bike instead of your 29er for mountain biking. Yeah, that's kind of like the same thing Otis was saying. He prefers the fat bike too. He said it kind of he said, no offense, but he was talking about me and his age. He was like, oh, these are old guy mountain bikes and they're great for it, And being that I do have a maximum speed I'm ever going to go on a bike, like, it doesn't matter what bike I'm riding, I still have I don't know, what is it? A healthy fear of getting hurt that a fat bike probably would work for me if I invested in a really nice one. The other problem I always say is I do ride to the trails all the time, and I know nice fat bikes don't feel that slow, but they still aren't going to feel like my Gunner does, so yeah. I don't think Russ has a Bear Claw anymore, Bud. I think he sold that when he moved to Spain, didn't he? I think he only kept the Sklar and the Riv, if I remember correctly. Oh, Chuck, you have a Bear Claw too? Yeah. Yeah, and Pudgy has his Thunderhawk. Yeah. Thanks, Ron. I appreciate that. Yeah. It was I don't want to say easiest I ever finished the 500, but the most ahead of time. Like, I only had a short ride to do on New Year's Eve, which was kind of nice. So, but it was overall the easiest, even though there were hard days, just because also Aaron was riding with me and stuff. So, just had more fun doing it this year. And I've done some fun rides during the I've always done fun rides during the Festive 500, but usually those rides put me way behind on mileage, going out with just some friends and end up having beers and stuff like that. But Trek Farley. Wait, what's FB stand for? Trek Farley 7 FB? Is that the whole model name? Probably. About 35 pounds. Yeah, I've seen the Trek fat bikes. There's been a few people who brought some of those to the Yeti rides. Akirat, I have a mongoose upgraded to 3x whatever is back there. Probably 3x8, right?
Wild Monkey Magazine became a member.
Thanks, Wild Monkey. Appreciate it. That's a big night for me just reading comments and not doing anything. I partially agree with that, Robert. The reason guys rode 23Cs half naked in spandex in deep snow in the 70s was because nothing smarter existed yet. There have been times, and I've talked about it, I think me and Otis were talking about it too, where we've been out on trails and there's, like our buddy Albert was out on his cross-check, which probably had 38s, and he was actually cutting through the snow and crushing it while we were all kind of getting bogged down. So there, but it's like I just keep saying, there's just so many different kinds of snow. It's just like when anyone gives an answer to anything in cycling that seems like it's one size fit all, that's just not the way the world works. You know, there's nuance to everything. So yeah. Yeah, Russ was selling a bunch of his bikes before he moved, so I think I'm right on that. I'm sure someone else knows, but I really do think he only kept the Sklar and the Rivendell, and Laura kept her custom bike, which is a I can't think of that brand. Breadwinner, yeah. The Yukon Fat Tire races get underway in February, 400 miles over a few days. Is that the one that is like the Iditarod, or is the Iditarod one just called the Iditarod? I can't remember. Scott, you said your full suspension MTB a pony rustler with 3-inch tire, which would probably be good for winter if you don't mind dragging it out in the salt and stuff. But it dumbs down a lot of the Midwest trails. Yeah, I was talking about that on Sunday too when we were having a beer and lunch after the Yeti ride with a couple friends, and I was saying that, you know, I feel that's the reason they think they need to build rock gardens into a lot of the mountain bike trails now, which in my opinion ruins them because I like to ride there on full rigid, but it's just to kind of give some people with expensive and big tire bikes something more challenging, you know. Oh, FB equals fat bike. That makes sense. God. Yeah, I remember, John, that he really hated that internal cable routing on the Bear Claw, which for him is more, like he even says, more of an issue for him because he's always switching out components, and you know, because it's what he does for a living. But yeah, I agree with him. I don't want really internal routing either, and I don't switch out components that much. I just Oh, hey, what's up, Jared? How you doing? Yeah. Rode together at the Handmade Bike Show in Ann Arbor this summer. Yeah, I was saying I plan to be back out there. And then also if Frank Lugs Not Drugs does his other ride again, meet me in Manchester. I'll probably head up for that too, as long as I don't have to work. Fat bikes are specialized, not generalized. Yeah, balancing bike life. Iditarod is called the Iditarod. Gotcha. That makes sense. Sklar? No, Sklar with a K. He's in California. Yeah. I think he's in LA actually, isn't he? Is Adam Sklar? Adam Sklar's the builder. I know he's California, but Iditarod, whether you hike, cross-country ski, pooch, or pedal. I didn't even know about the bike version of that until fairly recently, but I definitely didn't know there. I mean, I didn't even think it was at the same time. I thought, yeah, I just thought it was like a new thing where they were using the Iditarod trail. But yeah, I've only ever thought about it in terms of mushing and dogs and all that. Oh, Large is saying how much the tire pressure has affected you with the studs and being able to ride better. Maybe I should try and go a little lower. By playing with the tire pressure, I've pumped them up to what I wanted and then not pumped them up for a number of days, so I know they've gone down. And I know I should probably go lower when I'm just riding the trails. I guess it's one of those typical things of doing all the mixed riding where like going through the neighborhoods, I want a little more pressure. I should probably let some out then when I hit the trails. But no, that's good. That's good. My two friends who were mountain biking are on their mountain bikes when we got down to the towpath. They both let out a lot of pressure and rode better. Probably should do that. So I don't treat the inside of my bikes for winter. Everyone's told me if you're going to frame save your bike, you have to totally take the thing apart. So I've never done that. I just try to keep my bikes real clean. I do try to pull the seat post once in a while and make sure that you're not, getting that stuck in there and all that, making sure you drain any water. But is there fat bike porn yet? It's too cold for that. I know we're talking bikes, but you guys get hyped for the Buckeyes. I like college football. I mean, I watched their last game. I realized I made dinner plans with people that we've canceled and had to move like 3 times on Monday. So I'm hoping we're back for the second half. I signed up for a free, I can't remember, like maybe, what's that one, Fubo TV? It's not Fubo, but it's like Fubo.
Oh, that's how I watched the last game, or the Notre Dame game.
Did it give a month or 7 days?
7 days.
Oh, so I won't even get, And it also said it will notify you a day before the 7 days is up.
Yeah, I right after the game, I went and canceled.
Yeah, I usually do that too, but I watched the last game on my laptop, like, because I brought it in the bedroom, hung out with Edmund, and had a beer and watched it. But
you got to watch the local team.
yeah, I like college football. Plus, Ohio State, Notre Dame, I love that. I mean, for so long, everything was just like, the SEC can't be beat. No SEC. There's no SEC anywhere to be seen. Anyways, no one cares about this. When we were in Ann Arbor, speaking of Ann Arbor, me, Aaron, and Dylan were in the car together, I think. Yeah, we were driving, and we passed Michigan Stadium, and I was like, there's the big house. And I think Dylan asked me, he's like, are all college football stadiums called the big house? And I was like, no, just this one. But that just shows how much I should not be talking about college football right now, because very small percentage that probably care on here. Sam Sklar. It's Adam Sklar, right? Yeah. Scott said Adam, yeah. And he is in LA. Gotcha. Last winter in Columbus, someone was getting pulled by sled dogs on a fat bike. That is all. That'd be crazy to see. Did you get a man? I'd be fumbling for my phone. I'd probably be too stunned to even think about it. But
I see that up here once in a while.
You've seen people getting pulled? I've just seen people.
Not in the snow. That's insane. But there's a couple guys out, generally more up north, that have a couple dogs that run in front of them.
I see people riding their bike with dogs, but I've never really seen the dog actually.
No, these guys are they're hauling ass.
On and everything. Yeah. Oh yeah, down in New Philadelphia, I bet you have this pretty much the same weather we do. Yeah, it's dropping again tonight, isn't it? It sounds like this furnace is never shut off. Sklar's in the Bay Area now. Okay. I just watched a video where maybe he was just visiting LA or something. Well, who was it? It's the what channel is that? It's the channel that does a magazine. There was a video with Adam Sklar, and they were riding. I thought it was in the LA area, but yeah, I don't know, but it's SK Robert, so I don't know if it's related at all. So yeah, San Francisco. Large, one thing I guess I was worried about going too low with the PSI is just the idea of pinch flats, which generally in the snow isn't going to be as much of an issue, and I'm not really jumping curbs or anything, but like the snow's leveling everything out. But I have worried about that a bit. But yeah, the sidewalls and everything are so strong on those studded tire bikes that are studded tires that maybe it's not an issue. Huh. I should try and go much lower. I'll do that when I go out next time. 100%. The PSI gets even lower when you take your bike from warm to cold, seductive pressures, rolling the dice. Yeah, and that's true, and that is why I'm putting, when I do pump them up, I'm putting like 35 in there, but I could instantly feel that they're down below 30 when I go out into the cold for sure. It's very noticeable. Nice up out in Germany. How's it going? Where in Germany? I'd be curious. The refs are from the SEC? Yeah, but they can't favor anyone because both teams are not from the SEC. So. What is it, Edmund? Come here. He just wants to play. What's up, Donald? Waiting for the bike trails to clear. Getting cabin fever. Yeah, I'm guessing if we have 35s coming, maybe that'll work for you guys. Like I said, I don't think ours is going to have enough time to melt. So I think it's just going to make it a mess for us. But dog joring? Is that what dog pulling is? Did you look this up, Dave?
No.
You're afraid it's something you won't be able to unsee?
That doesn't sound good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's just them pulling whatever, because there's a bike, but then there's a snowboard. Skis. Well, oh, one of those like off-road skateboard things. A harness. In case you need to drop that into something, it's also a PNG. Or is joring the harness is out there? Ah, that's a good boy. Oh, you already said it. Dogs pulling people on bikes, skis, or scooters. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Chuck Rogers Calling in Sick magazine. I was watching their YouTube video. Was that the Bay Area? I don't know. Sometimes I put on YouTube videos while I'm working, so I'm kind of listening and watching, and I sometimes miss the whole gist. Oh, Bike Breath, you said you plan to teach your dog to do dog joring. You have one. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Not joring. Maybe it's a soft J. Maybe it's yoring.
Yoring?
I have one of the best breeds for it. He's just too young now. Oh, nice. Calling in Sick is in San Francisco. Okay, yeah. It's weird. I'm usually not wrong about things. Cush Core and 0 PSI studs. Yeah. They make Cush Core for 26? I'm sure they do. Or you just cut it shorter, right? What's up? Yeah. I think we got a number of fat bike riders in here. Colby Cheese. PV equals NRT. What does that mean, Dave?
Sorry, I'm on a side quest.
You dog
to figure out why the Iditarod is not yoring.
Oh. Well, when you figure that out, let us know.
What was the question?
PV equals NRT.
That makes 0 sense.
Yeah, what kind of joring could you do in the desert? Well, I guess still having them pull you on the bike, yeah. Eric, you've had to resort to running, yeah. Man, if I wasn't for worrying about sciatica so much, I would definitely like to go out and run in this weather sometimes. Like I said, I miss running, but... Oh, you're from Cologne, Germany. Nice. Do I have a strong opinion on tubeless versus tubes?
Brett Smith became a member.
Thanks, Brett. Appreciate it.
Did somebody chat like their grad school homework?
Yeah, I don't know.
PV equals NRT, where N is the number of moles and R is the universal gas constant. It just keeps going on and on and on.
Wow, so it's an actual formula? Is that a formula?
That's what Google popped up. I'm sure it actually means something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely like tubeless on my main bikes that are more modern. When I ride my bikes with tubes, then I become totally way more worried about flats. But yeah, I go tubeless on anything modern. So, I mean, I don't know if I have a strong opinion. Like when I get a flat, I just throw it. When I have a puncture, I just throw a tube in there. So I'm not like, yeah, I'm not diehard on any of that stuff. All my vintage bikes are tubed. My winter bike is tubed, but my gravel bike and my ATB are tubeless. But they're the only bikes that I know you can hack old wheels together to be tubeless and do all that stuff, but I don't know. I like to ride more than I do mess around with that kind of thing. So, oh yeah, I have to assume it's real late in Cologne, huh? Yeah, I would never recommend anyone buys a new bike with new wheels and sets it up with tubes when tubeless is an option. So. I'm running tires rated for 40 psi at 18 to 20 with tubes, and you're not worried. Yeah. Yeah, and you're right. Like, you're not rolling as fast. You're going over smoother stuff. It's probably a good idea. I guess I'm probably also have a little bit of, I kind of forget I'm so used to running Renair's tires, which if you go too low, really on standard casing will really destroy the sidewalls. So I guess I'm probably erring on like, not high pressure, but, just keeping it to a point. I need to experiment, see like what the sidewalls look like on these Grabdells when I go much lower. So, joring is the activity. Has anyone told us if large jorking off, as the kids say? Won't Google just pronounce that word for me if I do a search? Well, I'm on Bing. I like to use Bing to annoy people. Does it pronounce it? No. You just have to type in pronunciation.
Ski joring.
Ski joring.
Ski joring.
I don't like that guy. If I ever hear that voice again, I'm going to be real mad. Yang Manufacturing did a video on Sklar. Huh? I haven't watched their channel. I've seen, Adam Sklar and Pathless pedaled a lot, obviously, but nice up. You said you want to build a custom drop bar steel gravel and travel bike. Keen on putting it together yourself so you'll be able to do all the maintenance, but not planning to build more bikes. Yeah, that is one of the great things about building a bike yourself is you do learn how to do everything on it. Circle jork. Should you buy all the tools? Man, if I wouldn't buy all the tools. I mean, I wouldn't buy like stuff to set a headset and all that for yourself. I would have your local bike shop do some of the stuff that is super specialized, but there are definitely bike tools that are good to have. Park Tool sells, different levels of kit. I'm sure all the other bike tool brands do, where you could get like kind of from the most common to bigger and broader sets. But I've slowly acquired mine over the years when I need one for stuff I'm going to do. I buy stuff for like the vintage bikes that's specific, but yeah. Thanks again, Brett. Fat tire biking put you in the 365-day category. I don't think I would ever be in the 365-day category. Like I said, 35, 40-degree rain are days I'm only going to ride on if I'm traveling. It's the ideal gas law. As temperature decreases, the pressure goes down. Ah.
What a nerd.
Notice getting very gassy tonight. William, you run tubes on all your bikes? Really? Huh, I wouldn't have thought you were running tubes on some of the bikes I've seen you ride. Yeah, I ran tubes for a long time, but once then I had wheels that were compatible, and once I rode tubeless for a while, I was, don't think I'd go back. But I do, like I said, when I wear out like the sidewalls of Renair's tires, I will run them tubed for a while until I wear out the tread a little more. They're $100 tires or $90 tires, so you kind of want to get the most out of them. But nice up if you want to roll narrow tires in the city. I'm actually like, I don't want to roll narrow tires in the city. To be honest, like I loved like when I was in New York on wider tires because it's one less thing I have to think about is the street service. So I actually don't know a lot about Cologne bike infrastructure, but Germany Germany in general is probably pretty decent. But if you're going to be like weaving around traffic and city you're not used to, I love having wider tires because then the road surface is one less thing to I have to think about. But Pirelli Cinturato Velos. Yeah. Well, then again, when I say the city, I also don't want to run narrow tires pretty much ever. But it's good information for anyone who does. I wouldn't call myself a fat biker. A bit overweight maybe, but fat seems almost mean. Hey, judging from my T-shirt sales, there's a lot of husky bike riders in the chat. No, I was joking. Like, 'cause the first time I ordered this last round of industrial gravel shirts, did 2 rounds. I just totally didn't realize it would skew towards the bigger sizes as much as it did. Then I guess we're all biased to whatever we wear ourselves, maybe even because I wear medium and a couple of my friends do. But yeah, plenty of smalls and mediums left. It was the large, extra large, and bigger ones that actually sold really fast. So when I ordered the next round, skewed it towards the bigger sizes. But yeah,
maybe if you had more skinny tire content.
Yeah, more skinny tire content. Yeah, those wide tire content, selling big T-shirts. It's not the bike's fault. Joring sounds way cooler, like beat on. Yeah. Industrial Joring is all of a sudden trademarked. Yeah. I've heard mixed on TPU tubes. A couple people were just telling me they were running them and absolutely loving them. Who was that? Someone was just telling me they put TPU tubes in their bike and they were super noticeable. And then I was just reading an article like it was more of a caption, super long caption on Instagram of someone who was saying they weren't worth it. So. Trail repairs are clean and easy. Yeah, I get that some people say they get sprayed with sealant, but man, 90% of tubeless like problems, you just put the whatever plug in there and you're good to go. So I also just, even when I put a tube in, I mean, if I'm out on the trail, it's, I don't know, pretty good at putting it in without getting covered in sealant. But yeah, I don't think keeping everything clean would be the reason I would run tubes. But to each their own on that. Oh, that's a good piece of advice too. If you have any bike co-ops to get some, when you do something to go beyond the basic tools and you still want to do it yourself, for sure. My dogs aren't even arrow. What's your excuse? My other bike is 12 mushing dogs. I could workshop that one a little bit. I'm on the right track, I think. Having multiple bikes and leaving them hang tubeless. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I guess I only have 2 tubeless bikes, and I mean, like this year they're not getting ridden, but these last 2 weeks because of the weather, but I still tend to ride them enough year round. That being said, whenever I go to change my tires, like the sealant is completely dried up in there, so that would be a lie. Never had them go flat because I let the sealant get too dry. I've come down to totally flat tires. I'm not the best at maintaining tubeless tires. I still prefer them though. Hey, thanks, Kyle. In my opinion, what is the meaning of life? I was gonna say a dead milkman line. That would have got me in a lot of trouble. But that includes what's the meaning of life. But I don't know. No idea. Also, what's my advice on training for bike touring? I always say this, and I mean, I kind of don't like the way it sounds, but it's the truth. I don't train for anything. I just ride my bike all the time. So, but I think it is to work your way up in mileage. You know what I mean? If you're how many ever miles you're planning to do on the bike tour, remember it's going to be loaded then. But if you're going to be doing 50-mile days, you should be riding some 20-mile days here and there, working up to 30, working up to 40. But I just ride my bike all the time. So I don't really think about it. One of the things I actually was talking about this in a video that'll be coming out like when I was recording a little bit today. I was saying one of the things I do kind of want to do this year is when I'm riding alone, get back into riding a little harder sometimes. I've really been just like riding my bike and enjoying it almost all the time. And I just haven't been like the last couple years. I really haven't been like pushing it at all. And I don't want to push it for the sake of being fast. I want to push it for the sake of being able to ride with people that are faster. So, like this year when me and Dylan rode up Connecticut and crossed Long Island, like I just couldn't hang at all. And I mean, not that riding a couple days a week harder would make it that I could hang with Dylan, but just to like close those gaps a little bit on some rides I want to do. I know like a few years ago when I was out at Nutmeg and Aaron got hurt and I was riding with dudes from New York who were little faster than I was in better shape then and I could hang better. And if that had been the case this year, I wouldn't have been able to hang with those dudes. So that is kind of one of the things that personally for me I want to do. That doesn't really affect me on like bike tours because one, we do kind of party pace those, but I'm also like with the group I travel with never going to be the slowest. But that's also kind of where I think I've gotten to the point where I'm not ever like pushing it as much. And yeah, when I want to ride with people who are faster, I've been feeling that even on my normal ride, I felt like I've, depending on who shows up a lot of times, have to work a little harder because I just haven't been turning the pedals that much when I'm on my own. So it's something I want to do at least here and there just to be able to keep up the pace a little bit more. But yeah, like I said, that's the only desire I have to be fast and be able to ride far is because the people I want to be able to ride with sometimes. So. Oh, Nice Up said narrow tires are a nightmare in Cologne. Tram tracks everywhere to get stuck in. Fatter is better. That's what she said. The bigger size usually shrink. Bulky Boy Club for the win. Jonas V needs an extra small shirt. Who's Jonas V? Oh, Vineyard, yeah.
Wow.
It took me a minute. No one's talking about
it's the off season.
Yeah, the off season. That's funny. It does take me. I mean, not that I forget who Vineyard is. Vineygold, depending on who's pronouncing it. But yeah, it is like I do have to get like back acclimated with like who all the pros are. It takes me a minute. I like relook up who won the races last year. But Tour of Australia is starting in a couple days for the women.
It's back on.
So, yeah, need to figure out what I'll be doing to be able to watch those.
Aren't all like the Middle East races coming up too?
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I usually don't pay a ton of attention to the Middle East. Like, they're so boring.
It's pretty boring landscape.
Tour of Turkey has a climb. Is that one early on, or is it just the Tour of Oman and stuff?
Turkey's up there.
Yeah, that one has a climb, but yeah, they're just kind of boring. And I don't know. I usually watch Australia just because it kicks everything off, and that's still kind of an interesting race. But yeah. Yeah, sometimes check Nice Up. That's like what a lot of co-ops do, but a lot of times they have open shop hours. I don't know if Germany's co-ops obviously are like the U.S.'s co-ops, but like a lot of co-ops do stuff like that. But then like on Saturday mornings, 9 to 12, members could come in and work on their bikes, So. Can you send an industrial gravel T-shirt in medium to Japan? I can. If you email me, but I doubt the shipping would make it worth your while. So, Trek obviously has distribution and is sending shipping containers over. I have about 19 medium T-shirts. So, but
God, I can't imagine what that costing. I just shipped something to Utah and it was like 20 some bucks.
It's a T-shirt, which is about a little less than $5 usually here, sometimes $6, but that's why I put $5. It all balances out. I sent one to the UK and it was $19. God damn. So the good thing is I don't.
All things considered, that's actually not that bad. But
and I don't
for
price my shirts that high because I looked at like what some other YouTubers in there in like the $35 range, and mine are handmade, and I'm only charging $19 for them. Mm-hmm. So it's not crazy, but it's still I can't imagine paying $20 shipping for a T-shirt. But I bet Japan. What do you think? $30 maybe. Yeah. If you are serious, you can email me and I'll look it up for you, but it's probably not worth it. Then you could PayPal me, but that's what I do for overseas shipping. My website won't do it, or it's a pain through there, so I just basically do it through email with PayPal. What's your thoughts on the new Schrader click valves for tubeless? I've only seen something briefly, so I don't have any thoughts on it. I haven't looked into it enough yet. Sounds annoying. Tubeless sounds annoying. Sticking to your tubes. Yeah, it's not. I think it's by far the dominant way anyone's going to set up a gravel bike, and mountain biking. I mean, a tube would be almost unheard of now. It's a better system, but I don't blame anyone who's a home mechanic for not wanting to mess with something different. But yeah, tubeless is a better technology for gravel and mountain biking. Road, it doesn't seem to be quite there yet. And the tires ride better. You get better ride quality, so. Chuck Rogers says 5,000 miles in 2024. Mountain biking and gravel, tubeless, not one flat leak or issue. I do add sealant every 3 months. Yeah, my since I switched to the endurance casing on the Gunner, I haven't had a single problem, and I've actually barely had to add air. My tubeless problems come from running super supple, expensive tires with thin sidewalls that I love the way they feel, but have issues. Definitely. If you don't if you're on the fence or you don't even like tubeless, you would definitely not want to be running super supple tires. You would definitely find them annoying. What are you saying? No, you're making noises over there. I'm finally warm.
Not on purpose.
Came down here for a minute. I actually put my down jacket on. It's chilly. I've been insulating the heat pipes more down here to get more of the heat upstairs too.
You think you lose it that much?
Yeah, you could tell. Yeah, you could tell by when you uncover a couple of these how much heat you get down here. So it makes me realize how much heat I'm losing.
Yeah.
That it should be going up. So went down a whole insulation rabbit hole. We could talk about that later. Changing flats on the side of the road is annoying. Yeah, I agree. You train while touring? Yeah, it depends on how long your tour is. So, if you're riding across the country, I know like Terry B was always saying that. He's like, you ride yourself into shape. If you're going to do a week-long tour, you're probably going to want to hit it with some level of fitness. So, yeah, I saw Bike Radar's. Maybe I just saw their headline, and maybe was it Bike Radar that was saying TPU wasn't worth it? But like I said, I have other friends who really dig them. Yep, there are a lot. I have every single size of the industrial gravel shirts right now, except the XXX sold out. The only reason I don't order a lot of those is they're expensive, and I don't charge more for them. Because, as I said, some of our Husky friends and some of our Husky friends who sell stuff said that was bullshit, so I don't do it. So I kind of eat the cost on those. But then it means that I don't keep as many of them around. So. William, you said you're the same way. You don't train, you just ride as much as you can so you can keep up with people. Yeah. Yes, cannabis is now recreation in Ohio. There's actually a dispensary 3 doors down from me that I've still never been in. Oh, it's a Schwalbe product for those. No, yeah, I know. I did see something about it, but I never have not looked into them. Yeah, for sure, Dylan. I definitely think that's something I'll think of too, like probably midsummer as we do head into fall stuff, and like maybe me and you would do something again, or being out on other trips where I just want to be able to push it. But yeah, definitely after the winter breaks. Right now, I'm like getting out for these 12-mile rides where it's total party pace, and I'm just happy to be riding my bike. Anywhere I've ridden, I really, you're getting a workout because you're out there slipping around in the snow, but I wouldn't have the confidence to try and go hard anyways. But yeah, definitely once spring hits. And like I said, just on my solo rides when I'm out there, and I used to do that, I used to almost always pedal as hard as I could for at least sections of the ride, and I've just kind of stopped doing it. So bars got really uncomfortable and need to retape them or get more comfortable bars. I would say it's probably going to be more I would say probably different bars or a different setup. Not that bad tape or bad grip can't be worse, but a good setup bike you could ride bare metal and it shouldn't hurt your hands, so it would just be slippery. Yeah, used bikes, that's one of the things. I used to work on bikes a lot more in the winter, but now that I still try and ride a lot. But so this winter I haven't like messed around with stuff yet, but if it keeps staying snowy like this, I'm sure I'll start to get into some builds or at least some upgrades or tinkering. So did you see that Matthew Vanderpool wants to end his career doing mountain bike at the LA Olympics? Is that for real, Benjamin? No, I didn't see that. Would he be old enough? 4 years? He would already be retiring? No. He's going down the Peter Sagan route, becoming a mountain biker, but that didn't work because Sagan didn't qualify for the Olympics. He's going to end his career if he tries to roll into a wooden ramp that's not there again. That did happen. Oh, that was the Olympics, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. What's my favorite part of bicycle touring? Man, I don't think I can answer that. I love everything about it because I love riding my bike. I love seeing new places. I love eating good food because depending on the tour, if it's a more like road bike path oriented tour, we eat out at good places. And I like sitting around a campfire if it's a tour that includes that, which it often does. I love that. I could say my least favorite part is probably sleeping in a tent. I do it all the time, but everyone thinks it's crazy when I tell them this, that I don't actually like the camping part of camping that much. I mean, like the sleeping in the tent part. I like where it gets me. One of the reasons I like the cost too. It's cheaper to tent camp, but yeah, I'm not that crazy about that. But everything else I love. Are bicycle pants belts even a topic? I don't know. I wear a bike specific belt. It's a Topo Designs. Is it Topo? Yeah. Thanks, Wild Monkey. Yeah, I mean, I'll look it up for you, and I would not be offended if it's $15 and you said no, because yeah. Oh, awesome, Yinzer. Yeah, that's a good time to bring that up. I did make a command, but it doesn't really have any information yet. I think it's just meet up. There will be a little website or a little link, but if anyone wants to mark this down, March 22nd, we'll do a no-drop industrial gravel meetup ride. I don't have it planned yet, but I was kind of thinking of making it more of a loop this year and ending up at Hi-Ho Brewing in Cuyahoga Falls where they have food and stuff, so it doesn't have to be a drinking thing if you don't drink. But yeah, that's kind of a rough plan. That would probably be 3 or 4ish in the afternoon. Yeah, I think we start here 3ish, end up at the shop. Go to the shop at 4ish when Large gets off, and then do a ride. And then on that Sunday, the 23rd, will be the Otis-Roubaix, which is a route that he plans each year, and it takes in all of Akron's steepest and longest hills. So you ride it at your own pace. Use the GPX file in your head unit or your phone, but you don't end up usually riding alone. You end up moving through groups because it gets a good turnout, and then that has an after party at Missing Falls Brewing. But this is just an early warning, save the date type thing, March 22nd and 23rd, or either one if you want to come out for. But I like to make it a weekend because there are a few people who travel, so have at least more than one event. So, yeah, put that down in your calendar if you're interested. So, thin, supple tires take more sealant on the initial install to seal up. Yeah, and then sometimes they still never do. I have the spin tri-spoke wheels on my Team Marin, so it's a mountain bike with that has a drop bar conversion on it, and it looks sweet.
What'd you say about your ride? No drop?
Yeah, no drop for the industrial gravel ride.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like we're not going to leave anyone behind.
Right.
There's no, you don't have to maintain any kind of speed. We kind of last year we kind of pretty easily figured out where everyone was kind of the pace they were willing to ride at, and it worked out pretty good. So, but we'll do a sweeper too. Someone to ride at the end to make sure everyone's with us, and kind of we use the Dirty River rules that they do for Yeti squad. If you're going to break off, just tell 2 people so everyone isn't looking for you. Oh yeah, a lot of people are doing that, Colby. I think that is a good advantage of TPU tubes, just to have a small tube as a backup in case something goes wrong. Yeah, how do you, Kenny? Do you like the TPU tubes? Like I said, I've heard good things, but funny you ask about the bandanas, Rock. They messaged me today, so the bandanas are ready, but I'm picking them up in Cleveland. So as I was saying, we'll be going up to Cleveland for dinner on Monday, so I just rolled that all into one. So the bandanas will probably be on the website on Tuesday. I can't remember if I have a photo shoot or anything on Tuesday because I'm not going to list them until I can get some good photos, but yeah, so early next week they'll be on the site. Thanks for asking. But yeah, if I wanted to brave the snow, I could get them this week, but I'm not going to. Yeah, another Colorado, was that Hog Dog, was saying that you're going to have sub-zero. Yeah, I might go out and do a couple miles in sub-zero for some reason to, I don't know, prove I rode 2 miles, but yeah, no thanks. I don't know. That's too cold. So the TPUs didn't work with your road bike, John Demmer? Huh. Oh, that would be cool, Donald. That'd be cool to tie that in with the tasting, too. That Pudgy asked for himself, or answer for himself. Least favorite part, a certain Boy Scout group in Yellow Springs. Yeah. Yeah. I know a guy that puts tubeless sealant into tubular tires. Huh. Guess he just wants extra protection? It seems... Yeah, I know people do stuff like that. I go one way or the other, you know?
Ken Carter subscribed to the channel.
Thanks, Ken. Hopefully the chat can help you out, Benjamin. I don't, because I don't use anything like that. So I don't wear wind pants or rain pants. I just ride in jeans, and I wear whatever, leggings, tights underneath, you know, wool or fleece lined. So yeah, I do not own any overpants. So is the Finger Lakes trip route on my Strava, Don? Yeah, and it should be linked in each. I think I linked them in the video. But yeah, if you go to my Strava and search, it's not one long route though. It's each day. So, and it's a route we planned ourselves. So yeah, it's ride at your own risk. Yeah, Sagan was a mountain biker when he was a kid or a junior, right? Hey, what's up, Bradley? Your ride looked like it was fun. Was that on Sunday? So. Up there on Long Island. Michigan gravel. I assume it's Michigan gravel. You ran tubes on your gravel bike for the last 2 years without any flats. I'm switching to tubeless in the spring because you feel like you've been lucky. Yeah, and I can't remember if once I've put tubes into my Like my 42 mil tires and the Renaires. I'm not sure I've ever flatted on the tubes either. I still prefer the peace of mind of tubeless, but ever been to the Green Coat in Cleveland? No, I haven't, Scott. Why aren't plastic chaps? Why aren't the double negative there? Why aren't plastic chaps not a thing in touring? Do people wear plastic chaps?
I didn't know they were a thing outside of touring.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Are they a thing anywhere? That's the question, Punchy. Miguel Lange, you said down in Tampa goes to 48 degrees and you're thinking it's too cold. Yeah, I've talked about this before. Like last time I visited my cousins in Florida, one of their wives, we were out sailing and she was talking about how freezing cold it was, and I had just been making snow all year at Boston Mills and I felt like it still was warm. And she's originally from Rochester, and I'm like, how could you think this is cold? You're from Rochester. But you get accustomed to where you live, and that's just how it is. So I never, cold shame anyone. So any other good bars in Cleveland? I mean, yeah, there's a ton. Cleveland's a big ass city. I mean, I know I'm making a joke, but that'd be really hard to. Happy Dog. I mean, I could know is that in Lakewood? Or no, they're still in Cleveland, right?
I mean, it depends on what you consider Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, if you mean the region, but I don't know if that's actually which. I don't know where the lines are. I mean, tons of good breweries. I don't really go to just bars anymore. I mean, I usually go to a restaurant brewery combination. My days of just going into sitting at a bar are pretty much over. But yeah, I mean, tons of great breweries and stuff like that. Yeah. Depends on what kind. I mean, there's a million kind of bars. You're trying to see music, trying to go to a dive bar and get Bud Light, Yeah, a lot of high-end stuff in Cleveland now too. No one ever thought it, but Cleveland has come back pretty strong in certain areas. Metroid said Gore rain pants. Yeah, actually, a good thing to check out is if you don't watch him, check out Dustin Klein, because he lives in the Pacific Northwest, and so he always has to deal with cold rain rides, and he has a number of good videos about that kind of gear. Like I said, I tend to try not to ride if it's cold and rainy. I don't have to commute because I live here, so. And if it's like that, I'm not going, and I do commute to shoots, but I can't take all my photo gear if it's cold and rainy either, so then I'm going to be in my car. Oh, I think he meant assless chaps. Did he get auto-corrected? He was on a phone. It's a perfect tool for when fenders aren't an option. Combined plastic and assless. We need classless chaps in the web store yesterday. In the alley behind ABC's, is that a bar recommendation? Because I do know ABC's. I wouldn't consider Lakewood Cleveland, but I mean, they're like all the roads continue directly through the two cities. So as someone who's not from Cleveland or Lakewood, until I'm deep in Lakewood, I don't realize I've gone into Lakewood.
Yeah, but if you're from Akron and you're going to Lakewood, maybe Lakewood being specific, but you're going to Cleveland.
Yeah, we'd be like, we're going up to Cleveland. I wouldn't say I'm going up to Lakewood. Depends on who I'm talking to, though.
Yeah, Lakewood, I guess, would be its own thing.
Yeah, Lakewood's a pretty big city. Like, that's more where I'm on my bike and I cross a couple bridges I don't realize when I'm in Lakewood, like when I did my Century. But if I'm driving up there and I'm getting off at, like, Bunts or something, I know I'm in Lakewood.
Right.
Hey, what's up, Party Size? How you doing? I enjoyed watching your breakdown of the tandem today. I can't believe you guys rode on that. That's amazing. They did the Orange Blossom special down in Florida, him and Helmet Kids on a Rivendell tandem. get an ignorant ass vegan grilled cheese. What does that mean? Oh, gotta go to Melt.
Gotta go to Melt.
Gotta go to Melt. I missed the first comment. Yeah. Melt became a letdown. The first two Melts were fucking awesome. But yeah, they expanded. They did what a lot of people do. They expanded. Even the first few times I went to their newer locations, they were decent. And then the last time I went to one that was like down here in Akron, it was pretty bad.
Oh, it all imploded now.
Yeah,
Now it's
all
back to
gone,
Lakewood.
Right? Yeah, just one spot. Yeah. Yeah, they had the two original spots were both super cool in old buildings, old bar feeling. Yeah, and again, that hype, you'd walk in, you'd wait forever because it got so popular, and yeah, but...
God, we went up there, played a show somewhere up there with Jordan. It was a 3-hour wait.
3-hour wait back then? Yeah, I remember that.
Mind.
Yeah, when it was like that. It was good, and plus it was different. I mean,
right.
There's a million restaurants like Melt now. There weren't when Melt opened, so... Yeah. No, anyone who's gone in the last couple of years and say you've been let down, and even if it's been longer than that, Pudgy, I wouldn't be surprised. But early on, it was awesome. Funky woven bar tapes. Alex, if you just mean like cotton bar tape, I put that on vintage bikes because it looks so good, and then shellac it. But if you're talking about like classic like bar tape, I don't think it's just a trend because it's been around forever. I mean, it comes and goes with, different styles, but yeah. It's definitely in style right now, that's for sure. Yeah, Melt expanded way too fast and way beyond what they should have. Oh yeah, Melt is pretty good for day ending, sit on the couch, greasy meal. Yeah, last time you were there with Rusty, actually. Nice. Yeah, I wonder if I would guess at that one location now they're probably doing things good again, right? But
I would hope.
I went to the one, I say Akron area, it's Fairlawn if you're local. I had a gap between, I was doing two things. I had a photo shoot and then I was meeting someone for something else in that area, and I went in, and the staff clearly didn't care anymore. Half the beers were gone. My sandwich was average. Yeah, it was clearly it was just over, and that's why they're all closed now, except one. Oh, you weren't at the Cleveland. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the original two the original one and the second one were great, and then all the other ones were downhill. Yeah. Yeah, they're all closed except the one. Lakewood is the Portland of Cleveland, for sure. Yeah, I mean, always has been a little bit more of the liberal and hipper area of the city. So, do I have any Kona frames? I don't. I have talked about this before, but Konas aren't very common around here. There's some, but like the shop I go to doesn't sell them, and I'm not even sure of the closest shop that sells Kona frames. But yeah, so no. But I also don't have any new bikes. I think, the newest bike I own is a Gunner, which isn't that old, but I didn't buy it. I bought it used. I actually traded for it. So traded photography for it. So, and my second newest bike is a 2014 from when Raleigh made a couple good bikes before they became mail order bullshit. So. Yeah, definitely downhill, Pudgy. Thanks. It was certainly an experience. Yeah, party size. Yeah, look cool. I want to get down to that event if he does it again, which I think he will. Both years I've talked about it. Last year I actually bought a ticket and then kind of just could not get my travel arrangement worked out right. And just because they're so cool and they do awesome stuff, I was like, yeah, keep it. And the entry fee, at least the year before, was so cheap for Orange Blossom. But yeah, this year it actually sold out while me and Aaron were going back and forth on whether we should try and figure out if we could get down there, and then we saw it sold out, so we're like, it was almost a little bit of a relief because I really wanted to go, but then it took the pressure to figure out how to fly with my bike and where to go and all that stuff. So I know you drove, and I considered that too for the first one, but yeah, I didn't have it in the time frame to make it work. For a melt, you need to go to Cheesy's in Chicago. Last time I was in Chicago was with you, Dave, and that was, what, 2007?
Oh, shoot. That was a while ago.
It was a long time ago, yeah. It's like what happened to Torches in Austin. Used to be only a few spots and super sick, and then became a chain quite a while, and now it's a bummer. Yeah, some people like do local chains which work out fairly well, and they manage them right, and then other people just let it get away from them. So Melt is now part of a Gold Star Chili locations in the Cincinnati area. New Bombs, yeah, New Bombs is like the old school cloth tape. So how long can we talk about a grilled cheese restaurant?
Keep it going.
Yeah, we're getting too long.
Like Large said, it's actually done for good now. Even the Detroit, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they should close the Lakewood. Oh, I did not know that. Was that on Detroit? Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it was on Detroit. Detroit Avenue. Is it Avenue? I don't even know. Everyone just says Detroit. I've never heard anyone. Yeah, it's got to be Avenue. But, yeah. Huh. I did not know that. But yeah, we still have a good grilled cheese restaurant here in Akron called the Lockview, if you want to keep it going. Actually, last Wednesday, me and Large had dinner there. So, yeah. A lot of beers, too. So, yeah, I've got New Bombs bar tape. I also like some of the cushioned. So it's like, looks like the classic cloth bar tape, but it has a little cushioning in it. I have that on my, drawing a blank on the name of my British bike, but yeah, I hear you, Pudgy. They failed.
That's where you should end the ride. Have you gotten to the end, balancing bike life?
Oh, yeah. To hell with Melt. You want to go to one of the last Arthur Treachers in Cuyahoga Falls? Bouncy, I can't remember. You're right. Is he right around here? No, I'm drawing a blank. Everyone with your names. But yeah, that if anyone doesn't know, the Arthur Treachers is just, what is that, like 4 blocks down from me?
Yeah.
It's right. I mean, it's walking distance. If I went there, I'd walk over there. I have gone there. Gone there 3 times since I've lived here. It actually just got sold recently, and the guy is kind of trying to bring the chain back. I liked it I mean, everyone, no, I liked it better when, but no, I don't even mean, I just liked it when it was like, before it got a little more hype that it still existed, because you would go in there, and the lady who ran, like at least must have been the manager or whatever, was so friendly, but nothing was branded because there's no other Arthur Treachers. So like everything was wrapped in generic ass wrap, and like the cups were just generic, you know, almost like 80s looking Coke cups, but without Coke branding or anything. So yeah, that was an interesting experience. I think now they're kind of ramping some of that back up, but tacos. Want to go to tacos now? Yeah, it's so funny talking about the Arthur Treachers, because I used to run like errands with my dad when I was a kid, every Saturday or Sunday morning, I don't know. But there was an Arthur Treachers up in Fairlawn, not far from where that Melt was I was talking about. But our joke was always, because we would drive by that on the way to go to the dry cleaners and get milk, whatever errands dads do on Saturdays. But the Arthur Treachers, every time we drive by it, there was no cars in the lot. There was always 1 or 2, and you got to assume 1 or 2 people work there. And I remember every time we'd just say, another busy day at Arthur Treachers. That was like my childhood joke. I had no idea, that for all I knew at that point, that was the only one. But yeah, it was a chain back in the day. Cheese bar tape? Oh, that'd be so gross. Ever seen that episode of Scanners? Does that have to do with Sir Hank Williams? Oh, you guys are talking tours Zwift? Oh yeah, the party size you've been Zwifting. Yeah, managed to stay outside so far. Yeah. Bradley, any big tour rides planned for 2025? No, we're just starting to bounce around ideas. So nothing is planned yet. So, I mean, I've got a couple things. I do have, it's not a tour, but I have Gunks.Dead on the calendar. We'll definitely, unless it's something unforeseen comes up, do Nutmeg and plan something around it again. But yeah, for our summer tour and stuff like that, we have just started to spitball, as they say. 2025 is the year of the jork. Scott said, have not been able to get a Zwift set up. Poverty is a hell of a drug. Yeah, there are. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Scott, I don't know what level of poverty you're in. It sounds weird to say, but man, I would look at used trainers because still post-pandemic, there's just a lot of those around. So, yeah. Can't wait for the year of the jork recap. Large. The YouTube title has been decided. Yeah. You should do a what is that, like when you could, like a premiere. Man.
Pudgy Pedal Pusher Super Chatted $1.99. New York City, York and Mindy Yorkie pig nose, pig, bird, big black square, owl, bird, big black square, owl, duck.
So if you use the small one, would it have been a small black square? Whoops. He did use the soft J. The English guy used the soft J. He said New York. It sounded normal. He said New York City. I did send the link to Dylan for Gunk's Not Dead, but yeah, me and Aaron are signed up for Gunk's Not Dead. We're going. We decided to do that this year instead of doing a race we've done a number of years that we don't race, called Black Fork. They're not the same weekend, but just putting our resources towards coming to see all you guys at Gunk's instead of all the racer boys at Black Fork. So. It says this is your 10th super, but there's no way you've only done it 10 times. You've done way more than 10. Maybe it started counting at some point, but oh, you thought Scott was someone else. Gotcha. Let's hear it for Scott's poverty. Sorry, Scott. Benjamin, in 2023, I made a lot of money on sports gambling, and that's how you bought your trainer. This is not financial advice. Oh, hey, Alex. You out in LA? How's it going? Are you? I assume you're safe if you're chatting on the computer, but. Dylan said, thinking about it, but you've just been so mountain bikey lately. Nutmeg is your one gravel trip of the year. Yeah.
Mountain bikey?
Mountain bikey. Mountain bike heavy. Did I say mountain bikey? Put all that together. Yeah. And again, it's just hop water. Mine goes to 11. Yeah, we rode, Bradley. Oh, Dylan's just going to say it. We did ride a lot of the single track out there, but man, that's a brutal single track in the Hudson Valley near the Gunks. Yeah, last time we were at the Gunks, the single track was terrible. We rode it. We had fun, but it was, yeah. Man, I'm glad, like, the comments from that video series have died down, because a lot of New Englanders, or Hudson Valley, or Hudson, what would you call Hudson Valleys? We're not happy about our comments. I'm like, hey, we're out there riding, and it's like, oh, well, you brought the wrong bike, and it's like, oh, you just clicked on this video, and you don't realize I was on a week-long trip where I was riding other stuff besides your shitty single track. Bradley said, I remember you guys hating. Yeah. There was some redeeming parts. I'm sure if I racked my brain or went through the footage, I could find a couple. You put a road bike out on Sunday, pretty much ended the winter riding till spring for me? What do you mean by that? What does that mean? Why am I missing all these? Rack your brain is generous, Dylan. You sessioned a couple little things there that you had fun on, Dylan. More than we did. Did try jorking with an Akita. It did not end well. I'm assuming that's a dog breed. Yeah, I'm not a big dog person. No. More of a cat guy. I just have never been somebody who knows dog breeds if they're not one of the, I don't know, golden retriever or black lab variety. something more distinct like a Chihuahua. But
You've seen an Akita before.
Oh, you mean you pulled out your road bike so the weather went all south. I gotcha. Yeah. Like to ride ATV and gravel in Canada in the spring. Probably want to wait till summer for that, right? Hey, what's up, Ron and Allie? How you doing? San Diego? Nice. We're just talking about grilled cheese restaurants that have closed and Yorking, if you're familiar with Yorking. Yeah, we went to the Gunks in the fall 2 years ago, I guess you would say, 2 nutmegs ago, and it was one of the most stunning places I've ever been. The Gunk's Not Dead route, from what I understand, is the area, but they have like real cutty trails that they hit out there and some gnarly stuff. So, but it'll be that area. But yeah, that Gunks ride was probably one of the scenery. I wouldn't say probably scenery wise the best ride I've ever done. And we were there at the perfect time, like peak fall color, big blue sky. It was amazing. Yeah. Have a husky in the family, so you could York. I believe that's the correct use of that term. It's not okay if it's your own dog. You're going to York other dogs? You got to York your own dogs. It would be fair to make other dogs York. You're told lower elevations of Canada are nice for that in the spring. Yeah, it probably just depends on where and what time of the spring, too. So, hey, what's up, Wes? Said been sitting here for about a half an hour, just picked up your typing device. It's winter time. Yep. Yeah, Gunk's right on the path. Definitely one of the coolest things. I should, just since we're sitting here while we're chatting, show a couple photos because it is that pretty. I already had Flickr open. I hope I tagged it Gunks. I didn't. Hudson Valley. What's the other name for that area? Because it's like the Gunks. The full name is it's short from Shawana-Gunks. But I think I gave it like the name of the bigger, broader park. I'll try Hudson Valley, but
I can tell you from the site. It's Kerhonkson.
What?
Kerhonkson, New York.
Kerhonkson. Typing in Hudson Valley worked too. Yeah, so I mean, like, this isn't even one of like the far off views. It's just a beautiful lake. I remember that, Dylan. We rode up here, and then you're like, I've been here before. I swam here. You're just riding along these ledges, and the view just gets better and better and better. Didn't I take any like big sweeping view, or did I only make video with that? I don't have like the real like overlook views that were.
No, you did. You had like an Instagram post about this that was just phenomenal.
Yeah, I must have just not labeled those ones Hudson Valley, but I guess I could find the whatever group I put this in. October 23. Oh, here's some of that New England single track we were hating on. Taking a break every 2 miles because it was so brutal. Yeah, we shortened, I think, every ride we had planned on the single track out there. Let's see if I can find that. Oh, yeah, there they are. I think they had a lot of climbers out at the Gunks, too. Yeah, Aaron getting the shot. Oh, yeah, this place is so rad. Oh, yeah, the waterfalls. Oh, Minnewaska. That's the name. I labeled everything Minnewaska State Park. But, I must not have posted them all to Flickr. I must have more on the gram. Anyways. Oh, nice, Bradley. Yeah, and I've gone to a couple other that have kind of been like the nutmeg style events that have been popping up lately. I really, really like. I think like with Party Size talking about Orange Blossom Special is similar. The small one I did, like I said, that Frank, a.k.a. Lugs Not Drugs, put on called Meet Me in Manchester. Hodag, which is a little, not quite nutmeg size, but more like that up in, is that Minnesota when you go through the Upper Peninsula? Yeah, Minnesota was awesome. That's the best style of event. I love it. Like a non-competitive ride and then camping and hanging out and food. So I don't know what that means, Party Size, but I'll take your word for it. Word as we go up Witch's Hole at Gunks instead of down. That's the wildest sentence I've typed in a while. Oh, I did see Fake Mountains. I think it was Fake Mountains post. One of you guys post something about that when they were riding out there. Pulling up the event page now, maybe on it. The people are what's best. Mountain bikers are one big face palm for me, and I'm one of them. Cold and wet in Texas. Yeah. Snow and freezing here. Oh, yeah, Mohonk. Mohonk Preserve. Yeah, Minnewaska. It's all these, like, overlapping names out there. It's confusing. I had it together, I think, when I made the video, but... Visited Urbana in Bucharest. Is that how you pronounce Bucyrus? Several times. Had a girlfriend there. Urbana. Oh, Urbana's on the Pudgy would know. There's a trail up there that goes through there, so I have been through Urbana. That was the Hudson Valley. So, yeah, New York is not considered New England. Sorry, guys. But, yeah. I think it's in my head because we're on our way to New England when we stopped there. Or we were on our way home that year. Was that post-Nutmeg? No, that was pre-Nutmeg. We stayed in Kingston in the Hudson Valley for a week and then just did a bunch of day trips. Dog fan just followed me on Flickr. Not many people still use it. Yeah, it's having a little bit of a resurgence, I've noticed lately. More people posting again, but it's definitely not like what it used to be. For me, it's my archive of all my hobby photos, so it's the best. I still use it all the time. Plus, if I want to share stuff, I could actually share stuff in quality on like the 1080 trash and vertical that is Instagram. So, yeah. Any rides like Nutmeg and the Finger Lakes? I have not heard of one, but I can't say there aren't, but I am not familiar with one, so nobody in my circles have posted about them. So, thanks, Used Bike. Sounds cutting in and out? Really? Maybe I'm just moving too far away from the mic. I'll try and not do that. Let me know if it keeps happening. Hodeg's not in, Michigan. It's up through the Upper Peninsula into Minnesota, as Pudgy said. Oh, Simon Kent Trail is where Urbana is. So, yeah, Bucyrus. After I was looking at it, I remembered. Flew in and out of Columbus and Cleveland. Oh, so the audio is still not working?
It doesn't look like you're lagging, but the stream says excellent.
Yeah, nothing here is showing anything off. Like all the faders are bouncing completely normal on my audio interface and on the screen. Hodag is in Wisconsin, you're right. After all that, if you guys can hear that, but that's true. See you later, party size. Sound and picture are disjointed. No idea. Well, we're about to wrap up anyways. It's almost 10. I don't have a fix because I can't. Nothing looks wrong, so I don't even.
You can't fix what ain't broken.
Yeah, I can't fix what ain't broke. Oh, good. It's back. Hey, what's up, Sean? I don't know if I saw you in here. Which's hole was that wild rocky descent? Was that, at least for me, a huge pain to go down and stay on your bike? Would much prefer to go up it, and it seems like that is their plan this year. Gotcha. Thanks. Oh, just as long as it's a delay. How could some people have bad audio and some not? That's weird. Maybe it was YouTube got choppy. Well, it'll be going to this. Who knows? I don't know what happened. Why would I guess? Yeah, Wisconsin. There you go. Yeah, he lived. That's what got me. You're right, Thrifty, because Minnesota. He lives in Minneapolis, but his family's property is in Wisconsin. So yeah, Hodag is awesome. We went once, and so Brad, we're thinking of doing that again this year. It's so far for us. It's crazy to think, but just going through Michigan to get there, and it's not far outside of Michigan, is a farther drive for us than the East Coast. So, but it was beautiful, and the North Woods are amazing, and the area going through the Upper Peninsula is so different. It's just not commercial. Like, all the businesses have hand-painted signs, and talk about pretty photos. I mean, that the place we went and rode, on our way back from Hodag, too, was just absolutely stunning. Grand Isle. I can't remember if it's Grand Isle or Grand Island. I'm all paranoid about that now because some freaking dude like in Detroit went like crazy on me for saying, what's the island by Detroit? Belle Isle instead of Belle Island. God. Things I remember. No, they're not in the Hodag pictures. I guess Grand Island. Yeah, Lake Superior looks tropical, even though it's absolutely, I gotta spell it right, even though it's absolutely freezing. Yeah, this is one of my favorite places we ever went, and this was on a gray day, but still absolutely beautiful. This is what we did after Hodag. This shirtless Large Marge booking down the beach. Yeah, this stuff, though, is just stunning. These cliffs are probably, 60?
These are the pictures I was thinking of.
Yeah, this place is so amazing. You have to take a little...
Were you riding on like a bluff, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're riding around. Our bikes are up here with us. It's just so cool. And there's no cars on the island. No visitor cars. There is a part of the island that's private, and a couple people have them. But, there's nothing going on the carriage trails. It's so cool out there. Yeah, the whole Hodag area. This, like I said, is on the way back. This isn't right there, but yeah, it was awesome. Little cabin. Yeah, there's just these primitive cabins, like just a fire pit. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, that's the ferry. Anyways. Oh, you are getting the slight delay. Elon? Yeah, Elon. E-L-O-N. Elon. Is that the same way Elon Musk's name's spelled? Yeah. Thoughts on Brooks Saddle B17? I'm all about the B17, but that is such a split opinion because everybody feels different. Everybody is different. So you can't recommend saddles to other people because 2 of my B17s have come from 3 people who didn't like them. So, yeah. All right, Biker Joe. Don Tipton, your B17. Yeah, all the bikes that I ride regularly have B17s on them. But again, that's personal. I don't like the C17, but I think, Pudgy, you're a big C17 guy. Actually, Large Marge is going to cancel the stream if I talk about this much more. Yeah, it's been a while. We've taken a break.
It's been a while.
We used to go down this rabbit hole every stream. So
it pops up every once in a while.
See you, Tyler. Have a good night. Houghton area in the Upper Peninsula is crazy beautiful. Yeah. Audio's good down under. Yeah, we're going to end it here. Similar. Yeah. Mackinac Island. So we didn't go to Mackinac Island. We went to the other side and spent the night in a, was that a yurt or a teepee?
That's a yurt.
I can't remember. Yeah, it was a yurt. Yurt till it hurt. I wonder if I just type in Michigan, that's too many. I can't remember the name of that little city that's on the opposite side. But that was cool too. We did a cool ride up there in the woods.
That wasn't Mackinac?
Nah,
You were there recently, weren't you?
A year and a half ago. We crossed the we crossed the bridge before we. What's the big bridge? Mackinac. Yeah. We crossed the Mackinac Bridge before we spent the night. So. Can't find it. Oh well. It's the same trip. But even this, just like this is like kind of like the kind of places you stop up there are just so pretty. I just love everything about it. Just not corporate gas stations and that BS. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not seeing from this trip. Anyways. I think there's a command for Flickr if anyone does want to search or look through what I actually consider where I put my good photos. So, see you later, Wild Monkey. Yeah, glad you joined. Thanks for the support. B-17s, all right. You can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a boat. Enough beers and I'll tune Tim. The peaches in Mackinac, yeah, I think the peaches all around this region are awesome when you get them fresh. But then also, as you head up that way, there's all the cherries as well, like when we were in Traverse City. I mean, that's not Upper Peninsula, obviously, but... The Tuna Cat, is he around here?
Last time I saw he was hanging out in that corner.
Yeah, he came to check us out, but I don't know. I think he's doing his own thing tonight. He had been sleeping all day, so I think he's looking for activity. St. Ignace, that's it, Kevin. Thank you. St. Ignace is where we stayed. I wonder if... That's the other thing about Flickr. I'm usually really good at tagging things, but you still have to remember what they're called to find them. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah, they had all these weird old, like... It turned out the campground we were staying on used to be called Indian Burial Ground Campground because they built it on an Indian burial ground. It's like, oh wow, this
they didn't even try to hide it.
Yeah, and then they changed the name. But then there's all these old souvenir type things and that are very very kind of dated in their style. But this you can't see, but that a little too much bokeh. The Mackinac Bridge is in the background. Yeah, this is the ride we did in St. Ignace. Found some gravel roads and yeah, it's really cool. I couldn't get enough of these hand-painted Indian signs, even though they're a little ridiculous. Yeah, that's right outside the Mackinac Bridge. Yeah, this was the spot where we stayed in, like, the yurt thing. It was really cool, even though it's built on an Indian burial ground. Yeah, I don't know. That's not really a yurt, is it? I mean, yurts are...
That's it? That's not a yurt.
No, yeah, what is that? Just a permanent
tent? Big-ass tent.
Big-ass tent tied to trees. But yeah. This whole trip was amazing. Like I said, the reason we don't do it every year is it's too pricey. So we did this on the way up. Then we went to Hodag. Then we did Grand Island. And then we were supposed to mountain bike on the way back, but it was a total washout, so we couldn't do it. So we ended up driving back early. Yeah, it was cool to see the Mackinac Bridge. That was pretty impressive. I think I saw it when I was real little, but Bradley's got a bike for sale if you guys are interested. I'd take a Mackinac Peach over a Mac Fudge any day when they're in season. Oh yeah. Yeah, me and Pudgy had a good time live. Maybe Edmund is down for the count. I don't know. Flickr is free. If you pay the fee, though, it's completely unlimited storage. So, like for me, that's totally worth it. But and full resolution, you could upload full resolution photos. So, if you actually, do photography more serious, I think it's the spot. All right, used bikes. Good night. We're about to get out of here to Boca for days. Big ass tent for sure. That's not a yurt. That's when Mom says we have yurt at home. Prospector's tent, yeah. Coleman tailgater tent, hashtag get some. All right. Anyways, thanks as always for watching, guys. I'm trying to get a video out on Thursday. We'll see if it happens. If not, Monday as usual. And yeah, thanks for all the support on this stream. It's cool. I appreciate it. All right. Peace.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this time I
Fitzwater photo.